Our next speaker will be one of our fabulous students, Hanna Marie Lucero. Take it away, Hanna.
Okay, hello everybody. Hinikopi van Heremba, Natataihameshiri. Good afternoon, everybody. My English name is Hanna Marie and my Tiwa name is Eshiri. And today I will be presenting to you on environmental racism and the nuclear fuel cycle. The United States investments in nuclear energy started with the purpose to create nuclear weapons, but currently due to the Atomic Energy Act of 1946, most of our research and investments in nuclear energy is now allocated to creating electricity. Nuclear energy is framed as a sustainable resource for two main reasons. The first being that nuclear reactors do not produce carbon dioxide directly into the air when operating, and the second is that nuclear reactors are able to produce more energy than clean air energy resources such as solar panels or wind turbines, while taking up less land for site location. Yet, what's not talked about is the dangerous waste and social and health issues that arise and affect many native communities as the nuclear fuel cycle is played out to produce nuclear energy. The research and development of nuclear energy began in 1895, but it wasn't until the 1940s when the focus on atomic bombs was just started that indigenous people were involved. Presented here is the nuclear fuel cycle, with events listed under the nuclear fuel cycle steps they are part of. Mining has happened on several reservations, including the Spokane Res in Spokane, Washington, and the Navajo Res, which spans across Arizona, Utah, and New Mexico. When mining on the reservation stopped, the mines were abandoned and open pits were left in their wake. Since then, they have been declared Superfund sites, but cleanup is not yet complete, and people on the reservations are still having health issues due to this. Next is the Church Rock Mill spill, which took place at a mine on the Navajo Res in New Mexico. In 1979, the United Nuclear Company's tailings disposal lagoon breached its dam, and 1,100 tons of uranium waste and 94 million gallons of radioactive water spread 50 miles down the Porco River in New Mexico. I know that in 2003, the tribe itself was doing some assessments to see how cleanup is happening, but cleanup is still not done, and people are still suffering from health issues due to this. The next event deals with interim storage, which is short-term storage before nuclear waste travels to a final disposition site where it stays indefinitely. Holtec, a company that makes nuclear waste casting equipment, submitted an application to the Nuclear Regulatory Commission in March of 2017 that would allow them to create a consolidated interim storage 30 miles east of Carlsbad, New Mexico. One major concern about this application being approved is the fact that no final disposition site has been selected in the United States. If approved, nuclear waste would be shipped across the nation over a number of years, traveling through hundreds of communities and several tribes to be stored. It would be 8,680 metric tons of uranium commercial spent nuclear fuel that would be stored in the Holtec facility. That's meant to hold it for a short time, but it would be indefinitely until the final disposition site is chosen. And in October 2019, the All Pueblo Council of Governors, which represents the 20 sovereign tribes in New Mexico, adopted a resolution opposing the transportation license application for Holtec. So currently, it's at a standstill, but only federally recognized tribes are approached to become involved in the nuclear industry because they hold tribal sovereignty and are able to regulate the activities on their land independent of the surrounding state or states. This means that although tribes do work and collaborate with their neighbors on environmental protection through pacts and agreements, if the state wanted to directly prevent the construction of the facility, it wouldn't be able to do so. Instead, the state would have to indirectly prevent the tribe's involvement, which could happen in terms of who they give road access to and things of that nature. Most of the time, tribes contemplate offers with nuclear facilities because of what is at stake and their current struggles, which are fed by the trauma and losses that our people experience due to genocide and the ongoing colonial systems today. In times now like COVID-19, they don't have access to bare essentials needed to stay safe, healthy, and alive, such as running water or electricity. If you think about it, offers coming from nuclear companies are essentially double swords. If you don't take the money to potentially help your people now, then they will continue hurting now. But if you take the offer, then you can help your people now, but then you would have environmental and health issues to deal with in the future. But sometimes that seems easier than letting your people suffer in the moment. So I think it's important to note that in the past, when tribes did agree to get involved with nuclear facilities, if you add the money that was given up front with the total lump sum of money that was made from the jobs the facility provided, it didn't equal or surpass the money caused in damages and accidents at said site. And so there's a lot of amazing groups that are focusing on nuclear issues, and the Nuclear Issues Study Group is one of them. And these are some of the events that we have hosted and are part of, and we do lobby at the legislature a lot in New Mexico. But I think, yes, thank you.
Thanks, Hannah. Great job.